I'm here to represent Abraxas Capital. The company was founded 10 years ago in London and is an asset management company. We manage the Abraxas Fund, that was our flagship fund that has been running for over 10 years right now. We have other lines and business products. We do managed accounts as well. After 7 years in London, we decided to move some of the personnel in Switzerland. In 2008, we opened an advisory company called Abraxas Capital Advisor in Ticino. In 2008, we opened an advisory in Switzerland as two of the partners have decided to move away from the UK, and we were looking for a location where to actually move that was business friendly on one side and family friendly on the other side. We chose Canton Ticino because the area was very business friendly. We found very good help in terms of the opening up of the company. Also the bureaucracy was really kept to the minimum, and the whole process went really smooth. As far as I remember, we managed to open the company in less than 3 months, and we were up and running just shortly after. That was the main reason to move to Ticino. Moving to Ticino, we had to consider the positive and negative to do it. And among the positive, I have definitely to mention the weather, the business friendly, very little bureaucracy, the tax system, family friendly in general, and and most of all the direct contact with our clients. Our investors base is mainly Swiss, so we have actually some really good contacts here, and our final clients are really happy to have us nearby so we can have a chat. Among the negative, really the only negative is that there is not enough persons here. We need more funds, more asset managers, whatever. The more the merrier. It's definitely not a financial center like New York or London, and it probably cannot really compare actually to big cities. But the quality of life is, the positive are definitely much. I've got more influence on the negative one. On top of this one here, we are very fond cyclists, and me and my partner, so we finally managed actually to go cycling every now and then, given the weather and given the fact that it's really close to Lake Como and Lake of Lugano, and that is actually a really plus for us. Actually, the quality of life got a lot better. Considering Ticino going forward, what is really missing, or it should improve, is actually the fact that we need more people. We need more people here. We need more people to relocate. It's a beautiful area. It's very friendly. I really strongly suggest whoever is in New York or London to try to open an office here. Your employees will be much happier. You will be happier, and and everybody will strive together actually to make Ticino a better place and a better financial center going forward. I've been asked to describe Ticino with 3 adjectives. First one that comes to mind is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. Anybody who comes around is obvious that it's a nice place. Second, efficient. It's really efficient. And third is family friendly. That's my 3 adjectives to describe Ticino.
Zest Advisors is an advisory company based in Lugano that provide advisory services for Zest Asset Management in Luxembourg. We advise more or less $1 billion in absolute return strategies with a particular emphasis in the global macro approach. Our customers are private banks, institutional investors like private banks, fund of fund, family offices, asset manager, independent asset managers, and located in Italy, Switzerland, in Luxembourg, UK, France, Belgium, and Spain. We started in 2007 with $30 million, and in the last 5 years our company grew very well in asset despite the difficult situation in financial market and in the economics. We did the application for the FINMA this summer to become investment manager here in Switzerland. We waited the opportunity to open an advisory company in Italy since the main partner of Zest are Italians, but Italy is really expensive to open an asset management company. And so we decided to open here in Switzerland. I think that Switzerland and Ticino in particular, we have a better cost environment in relation to UK and other financial centers. The main point of strength in Ticino, in my opinion, are a good financial environment and a good financial infrastructure for institutional investors, and a good financial culture to support the financial business in general. A good fiscal environment, of course, in relation to UK or Italy or other financial centers, and of course location. The weakness, I think that My personal opinion are the difficult to recruit or hire a senior professional manager with good experience in alternative strategies. I think that this kind of skills are really too concentrated again in UK, in London or in New York. We are in Switzerland, probably in Geneva, some skill concentrated there. But in Ticino there are some problems to hire a senior professional asset manager in the alternative business. The future potentials, I think, that are today strictly linked to the financial regulation. So it's really important for a financial center to have a good financial regulation at the international level with international standards. From this point of view, I think that Switzerland is good positioned in the international arena to attract asset management business here in Ticino. In my opinion, in Ticino, probably there has been in the past a business too focused on the private banking, and now recently in the private banking business there has been some problem due to the recent fiscal development with Europe and USA. I think that could be a good idea to try to diversify the financial business in the asset management industry here in Ticino, too dependent from the private banking. To summarize, I should say that Ticino is business friendly and a good quality life.
Farus Management is an asset manager based in Mendrisio, fully authorized by the Switzerland authorities, the FINMA, to manage institutional and retail assets. As for today, we manage over 700 millions, and Farus Management, together with the Farus Management Luxembourg, can give a full package of services to UCITS or UCITS vehicles and private customers. Ticino, Switzerland, is also a basin of private and institutional investors, and the bank system helps a lot these institutional and private investors, because basically the bank can offer any kind of vehicles, any kind of funds, even from third parties. So developing this business, Farus has created another SICAV, this time dedicated to retail customers, a UCITS for SICAV called Farus SICAV. To clearly express our satisfaction of the decision we have taken in 1998 to move to Ticino, we want to stress three main points which made a difference compared to the business we could have growth in Italy. From a legislation point of view, we can clearly say that the authorities here are friendly. You don't need to get in touch with the authority as long as you comply with their requirements. From an administration point of view then, you can keep your company as light as possible, because there are a huge number of services, very professional, from outsourcers, like administration, like legal, like IT support. Basically, you can call them, they will answer right away. If they don't know the answer, they will call you back. A big role for our development, for our business development, has been played by the Switzerland authorities. Because Switzerland, even if it's not part of the EU, the authorities, they've always been following the EU regulations, starting for this investment management license and now adopting this alternative investment fund managing directive. At the really beginning of our experience here in Ticino, we were working in a villa. Today we are building a 5 floors building, because many of our partners in Italy, they want to move and start their business over here as they saw our experience. Our development is not being helped just by our efforts. The county itself, the Mendrisio commune, has helped us a lot. I'll give you some examples. We are expecting in a few months a new rail track from Malpensa to Mendrisio. We have an airport from Lugano here, 10 minutes, and we can fly very quickly to London, Luxembourg, Zurich, Geneva. The last, but very, very important, because maybe a weakness of Ticino is that we are more far from the Northern Europe compared to Zurich, but we are expecting also another train going to Zurich in an hour. So thanks to the Ticino, thanks to the county, we have managed to develop much more. And if I can also give a personal consideration, we strongly believe that in the next few years, many other independent asset managers could join the Switzerland environment because of the easy and friendly collaboration with authorities to set up their own vehicles and be able to be distributed all around Europe, and I would say also all around the world. So there are big opportunities here in Ticino, and it's very easy to get them. Let me just give you 3 adjectives to sum up Faruk's opinion on working in Ticino: safe, comfortable, and professional.
Because Capital is a manager of collective investments that was founded in 2007 in Lugano, Switzerland. It was a spin-off from an initiative in fund management previously housed by a local private bank, and since it has added products, we are a manager mainly of long-short equity strategies, but also manage a convertible bond fund. And the long-short strategies are across various universes, namely Europe and emerging markets, as well as global financials, and all share the same approach to investments based upon the research of companies that can surprise compared to earnings revisions. In the spring of 2012, the GAM group of companies recognized I suppose some talent in what was done locally at Arcos Capital, and decided to take over this company. And in fact, the deal closed in July of 2012, and now the company is part of the GAM group, and indeed will be renamed to witness the belonging to the GAM group very soon. We are based in Lugano because this is where our 2 original founders met back then. It's 2 Italians who both wanted to come and work closer to the home country of Italy, and they both came to work for a private bank here in Lugano. And as a result, they recognized they shared a passion for investments, and this is how our first hedge fund came to life in 2002. And since then, Lugano and the entire of Ticino has been very helpful to the initiative in that upon the launch of the fund, we found a seeding partner who enabled us the first steps of growth, and over the years we managed to have some very healthy relationship with clients locally who have really become a kind of a partner. Lugano is the 3rd largest financial place in Switzerland, and as such is home to many banks and independent asset managers, meaning that there is a healthy financial infrastructure in place already, which is of course a real help when trying to set up a company here in the financial space. Also, Switzerland in its own is a financial place, and also trade associations such as the Swiss Fund Association are helpful in defending the ultimate interests of a fund manager like us. From a lifestyle point of view, Lugano offers a great quality of life. We are here next to a lake. Within minutes we're out of town into the mountains where you can walk, mountain bike, just do just about anything. And the way that Lugano is geographically positioned is roughly a 2.5-hour drive to the coast next to Genova, and a 1-hour drive to some of the best slopes in the country for skiing. So this, from a family and a living point of view, is a real advantage. There is some room for improvement for Lugano as a financial place, and in particular, I think that all of us here would find it a great advantage if this were to become the home of many more companies like us, because that would automatically bring more of a buzz to town and also help attract everything that we need, such as companies on a roadshow, brokers, analysts to come to town, and as well make it easier for institutional investors to come to town and have more of a reason to come here. We believe in Switzerland's potential as a marketplace for asset management, and We're also strong believers of the initiative of the Swiss Fund Association and Swiss Banking that have teamed up to form this group meant to work on asset management, defending the principle of asset management as a discipline in its own right. I believe Ticino offers a unique blend of quality of life and professional opportunities. So, unique, quality of life and professional.
Inch Capital Management is a boutique alternative investment company based in Lugano, Ticino. We're best known as a currency manager. In fact, our currency program is rated one of the top in the world at the moment. But we also have extensive interests in gold investment and more recently in oil investments based primarily in Canada. We employ 8 people in Lugano and have been extraordinarily well treated and happy since we've been here. Our decision to move to Lugano and Ticino was made simple by the regulatory and the taxation framework that's available in this canton. Both are very fair and well enforced, and it's important specifically from a regulatory point of view to have the efficient enforcement of regulation, added to which the taxation is very attractive when compared not only with mainland Europe but also with other cantons within Switzerland. Ticino is in fact at the very heart of Europe. I can be at an international airport anywhere in the world from Ticino quicker than I could be if I lived in central London. That and the fact that Ticino is such a fabulous place to come home to make it a first-class choice in which to establish one's business. Having said that Ticino has excellent international transportation links, one of the problems with Ticino is that it's such a pleasant place to be, you don't actually want to leave very often. Coming home to Ticino is a real treat, and I think that anybody that moves here would enjoy being here, but the downside would be it's hard to leave sometimes. It's undeniably true at the moment that there is a global financial crisis, but where that sort of thing exists, there is also opportunity. In Ticino, the opportunity is with the people. There is qualified, experienced, and hard-working people who are available to be hired by any organization that might choose to relocate here. This pool of talent is something that simply cannot be ignored by a company that's looking to expand. I've been asked to summarize Ticino in 3 words. Well, summarizing anything in 3 words is always difficult. But if I had to, I'd say sunny, happy, and successful. Those 3 words best sum up Ticino for me.
Heron Asset Management is an asset management company focusing on the service of institutional clients and offering both investment advisory as well as management of investment funds. It is the result of a joint venture between Colombo and Partners, which is one of the independent asset management company in Ticino with the longest history. It has been founded 40 years ago. And MVC and Partners, which is a multifamily office which has been founded 5 years ago. So both parent companies of Heron started as companies in Ticino, and that's why our group has a strong link and strong tradition with Lugano, and also Heron has been founded here. I think the first strength of Ticino as a financial place is experience. Wealth management in Ticino started more than 40 years ago. So I think over these 40 years we accumulated an important amount of competence and experience. And I think that's obviously very, very valuable in our sector. The second strength is the quality of living here. Lugano and Ticino as a whole is a very nice place to live. I believe the regulatory environment for companies and wealthy individuals is very friendly, and this is making Ticino an attractive place to work. So for us it's relatively easy to attract talents and competencies in our sector because people like living here. I believe the third strength now is education. This was probably 20 years ago a weakness for the financial place, but I think now education is in fact a strength. We have 3 institutions offering very valuable education. We have the Università della Svizzera Italiana offering academic education, the SUPSI offering professional education, and the Centro Studi Bancari which is offering continuing education also to experienced professionals. So I think now you also find an above average offer of high quality education in Ticino. I think Ticino is in a transition phase. The critical success factors for our industry are changing dramatically compared with the past. Competences will play the most crucial role in the future. So obviously we need to do an important cultural change from the old business model to the new business model. And I think you notice a significant improvement in this cultural change. Probably there is still some way to go, but I think we are moving in the right direction. And a second element which could help, I think, is political support for offering our services in easier way also abroad. Ticino has a natural link with Italy and with Italian clients. At the moment, it is not so easy for us to offer our full scale of services to Italian clients. So obviously some help also from the negotiations that Switzerland and Italy are having on these sectors can help a lot for the future. I would define Ticino as committed, pragmatic and informal. By committed, I mean that people know that they have to complete an important transition to change business model in the next few years. They understand where they need to go, they want to go there, they are very serious and motivated in completing this transition. So that's what I mean by committed. They are really serious about what they are doing and they want to be successful in this transition. By informal, I mean that people are very easygoing about meeting, discussing complex issues, and this makes human relationships very pleasant in Ticino, both on a professional level as well as on a private level. Here there are not big organizational or social obstacles. If there is a problem to be solved, people tend to be very, very open and constructive in discussing this problem in an informal way. And this is a help and again, something that makes living and working here very, very pleasant.
Record Currency Management is an asset management company based here in Lugano with a representative office headquartered in the UK. Our main activities are currency overlay and currency investment. We have opened an office here for institutional clients only since 2012, and our focus is not only in Ticino, the rest of Switzerland, Germany and Italy. Our decision to be in Ticino was strategically from many point of views. One, for geographical region, we think that we are very well located to service the rest of the country, Ticino itself obviously, Germany and Italy, and that's where our main focus is. We feel that the strength of this place is that it is an incredibly easy place to relocate business. We think that although the place has been primarily focused on private banking, there are other opportunities. One would be asset management itself, and I would venture to say private equities for those firms that are based in London today but have a focus to Southern Europe and particularly Italy. While the positive points far outweigh any critical areas that may still exist, I think that one of the areas where Ticino could possibly improve is to present itself as a real international place. It has, in our opinion, all the elements to compete with the rest of Switzerland. I would venture to say that perhaps more direct connection to the largest financial center in Europe and arguably in the world, like London, will go a long way to attract foreign interest into Ticino and would probably attract some companies to relocate here, especially if their point of focus is towards Southern Europe. If I were to summarize the three main points for Ticino and one companies should be here, is an extremely efficient place, very high quality of service, and very friendly place to live. As you would agree with me for sure, Switzerland is renowned for its efficiencies, and Ticino is certainly not foreign to that concept. So in fact, I think living here, even as a foreigner, we find that it is a place where the typical Swiss efficiencies combined with a touch of Italian flair, which makes it a very special place to be, doing business and living. With reference to the high quality and high standards of this area, Ticino is well known for its international place. It has an international school, which is very well renowned around the world. It's an easy place to relocate with a family, and certainly is an easy place to set up a business. The friendliness of this place should also be emphasized. We certainly can speak for our own experience, but when I confront with many other people who have relocated here, they certainly have no doubt in saying that after being in many centers like London or New York, Ticino has all the characteristics of those places, but with a very nice touch and a little bit of Italian flair.